Think you've heard it all about hybrids? Not entirely. This is the 2008 Toyota Highlander hybrid, and it's got a couple new tricks up its sleeve. Let's get inside and check the green tech. Now, I'm going to dispense with our usual repartee as we go through every little thing in the center stack because we've done a Highlander before, and you can check that out for the cabin tech discussion. Today, I'm all about the hybrid powertrain on this guy because it has a couple tricks we haven't seen from Toyota Synergy Drive before. Let's go over some of the numbers on the engine. It's a 3.3-liter V6 gas engine with a wimpy 209 horse, 212 foot-pounds. That's not going to move this thing very well, but of course, it's a hybrid. 2 electric motors, one in the front, one in the back, because this vehicle always comes with an electronically controlled 4-wheel drive system. So it splits up the electric across 2 motors, front and rear. Suffice it to say, plenty of torque. The thing moves very readily. I don't have any problem with the power delivery on this vehicle. It's not just silky, it's also ample. Now, once the power comes out of that power plant, some interesting things happen. It goes out through a single transmission choice, an electronically controlled, continuously variable transmission. So it's always seeking the sweet spot for the gas engine, because gas engines like that if you want them to be lean, and the electric motor does its thing. Now, coming out of there, you've got 2 switches that control the powertrain electronically. This one here on the left, EV, that puts it in electric vehicle mode. So I'm driving along now at 20-something miles per hour. I hit the EV button, and the gas engine switches off. Now I'm running in electric only. You can do that for up to a mile, I understand, and not up at freeway speeds, but better than a crawl. It's a great way to use the vehicle without ever starting it. One of the examples is when you move the car, you don't want to start the engine cold just to move it across the street or something. Just EV it around. It's almost like a dollying mode. Plus, it'll work for driving around town. The icon button next to us here changes the whole perception of how the engine runs. It gives it a soft, low energy curve, so you can't jackrabbit away like some jackass wasting gas all the time. It gives you a very subtle power curve, which is the way to drive a gas engine if you want to get the most out of it in MPG. So with these 2 guys engaged, you're doing your damnedest and your greenest to try and run this car efficiently, low emissions, minimal fuel consumption, and all of that. You've got a lot of things telling you how this bird is running. First of all, on the left side where you might expect a tachometer, no go, you've got a kilowatt meter. And that tells you how much power is being put out by the electric motors into the drivetrain, measured in kilowatts. Or, if it's getting charged, you see that on the lower left side. Up here in the middle, on every one of these hybrid versions of the Highlander, comes this extra display, whether you get nav or not. That's not a nav display, luckily, be kind of small. It's a mode display with all kinds of different modes in it. I've got my tire pressure readings in there, the obligatory temperature. But the one that really matters are these screens that show you your state. That's the one that I like to get back to. Am I charging? Am I taking juice? Where do I stand? That, to me, is the money screen. Now, to my mind, this car really underlines one of the big discussions going on in Autodom these days, which is the hybrid a fad or not? A lot of folks will tell you that a gas-electric powertrain is the only intellectually savvy way to build a car, because each source of power does something really well at a certain time. Others would tell you car makers are rushing to these because it's good marketing, it's a great fad, and you can sell a lot of vehicles. I'm not sure which argument's going to win out, but this vehicle definitely shows the hybrid will have more than 15 minutes of fame. It can adapt and has a lot of headroom to go.
For more video like this, go to cnet.com and click on CNET TV.